Did you know that I also tried becoming an interior stylist when I started off on my own? This is a story with many learnings, which I will tell you today. So, in 2012, when Kingfisher Airlines folded up, I've often spoken about how I did not want to look for another job, but I wanted to start something of my own. So, I started corporate events. But in that period between Kingfisher folding up and starting corporate events, I also tried becoming an interior stylist. Why? Because interior decor for me has always been a huge hobby. I consume a lot of material on interior decor, and also when I go to people's houses, in my head I automatically start redoing them up. So I thought I would become an interior stylist. The first thing I did was I started a blog called Magical Homes, because for me, content is a huge part of anything that I do. The other thing that I wanted to do was to style people's homes. And oh my god, even before landing a single project, how much marketing I did. So I reached out to this journalist, Forum Pandya. She and I are still connected. And she told me that she can't help me because she's a food journalist, but she put me on to another journalist who invited me home and said, "Will you rearrange my living room?" I said, "Sure." I did it. She took photographs and then she wrote a large article about me in Midday. Oh my god. But in 2012, not too many people understood interior styling. Also, they would keep asking me for a degree, like interior or architecture degree, which I did not have. I also didn't really understand the ops, in terms of pricing, in terms of vendors. So I was very lost, and this little dream fell apart very quickly. The first learning was that not every hobby can become a business. You may be very good at a hobby, it may be a huge personal passion, but it is not necessary that it will translate into a business. So if you have multiple ideas, the first thing you should do is to ask yourself, is this a hobby or is this something that can translate into a business? And what can translate into a business? Something that lies at the intersection of your skills, what you're good at, a market for that product or service. Is there a gap that you can fill? And money that you can make for it. So think, if you have multiple ideas, think of a business that lies at the intersection of these three. So finally, I started doing corporate events because that is something I understood. I've been in marketing all my life. I have a vendor list. I understand events. So that is what I finally started doing. But I want to say that having multiple ideas is okay. Pivoting is also okay, because it's not like after the events also I pivoted. I became a facilitator, and today I'm a facilitator and a speaker. But technically I have done 2 pivots in my entrepreneurship journey, which is fine, which will happen. It's perfectly okay. And that is what I learned from my tiny journey of Magical Homes.